What's up, mamas? I'm Rebecca. You're watching the Reseller Mom Show. Thank you for joining me today for a What Sold Fast video. So I've got a couple things to go over. I'm going to be a little quiet because Gio is still sleeping. Everybody's still sleeping. And I am camped out in the guest room as per sometimes usual. So just want to go over a few things. These are the sales for January 5th through January 11th. So really the first full week of 2020. So very exciting because I also during this week just passed my first pay period for myself. I'm trying to handle my finances and profits a little bit differently, and I was actually over my goal for sales, over my goal for profit, and so I paid myself, well, and so I'm happy for that. So hopefully things will continue to stay on track as the month and year progresses. I've got some interesting things to share with you. The first is the items that sold for, well, I guess, I don't know why that's first, but items that sold for $30 or more, but that's not going to be first. Items that sold in less than 30 days or less than 2 weeks, which is normal. And then some older items that have sold. I did want to share that as well. I'm sorry if this is moving. I'm sitting on a bed. And then that I had over $1,300 in sales this week. So we'll go over all of that right now. So the first and only item that sold in less than 2 weeks is this Free People knitted tank top. And that sold within 3 days of being listed. And it's unfortunate because I did have this up probably for $19, which was kind of more where I wanted to be for it. But I have my virtual assistant automatically every day at the end of the day send out automatic offers on items that have received likes within the last 24 hours. So she goes through the last 24 hours, looks at the likes, sends out the offers. And so this was a 30% offer. I've given her some criteria to go by. And so this was a 30% off offer. So it was $13 and the shipping discount. So it's a little bit lower than I'd like on this particular item, but that's my fault because that's where I priced it and the criteria that I gave her. So it is what it is. But it sold quickly and it's in and it's out. The next item that sold was an eBay item. And if you have been watching along, you'll know that I have not listed an item on eBay since December 1st. I'm trying to really not phase it out completely, but phase out my active operations on it, completely bare bones it. I downgraded my store. I'm completely retooling eBay because I just felt like the store was so dragged down by so many old stale items that had errors, just a lot of nonsense. So I'm going to be probably rebuilding it in the future. We'll see if I can make it on Poshmark and Mercari without it, then I won't do it, but I have a feeling it will come back into play. So anyway, I do have some higher value items still listed there because why not? And so this frame suede fringed skirt had sold. This came in a liquidation purchase that I made online. It was like an online auction for liquidated goods, and it was customer returns, and I received a lot of frame denim items, some brand new with tags, fantastic frame jeans, which have all sold at this point, then some frame jeans that had some problems with them because they were customer returns, and then this was also included in there and it finally sold. So this was a best offer of $35 plus shipping. Then, that took 176 days to sell, and that leads me to my point. Sorry, I should have mentioned it first. These next 3 items, so the frame skirt, this top, and the next item, are 3 items that have been listed for 6 months or more. And so the frame skirt was 176 days, so 4 days shy of that. And I'm just showing you this to prove that you can be a person that buys a high-end item or an item of a certain kind of value and sit and wait for that value to come. And if you have enough of those and you've been doing it long enough, those will pay off over time. I am not typically a person that has that kind of patience. I prefer fast selling, obviously I'd love to get top dollar, but if you're fast selling, most of the time you're not getting top dollar. You're selling Free People for $13 sometimes. So I go back and forth, and I think that's why I do have some success, because I do have both models kind of going on at the same time. I don't know that that's the wisest, but it's right now what is working for me is having some of those bigger ticket items that you're willing to wait for, and then having some of those items that are meant to be fast flips. And if you know the difference and you're patient on both sides, you can make things work. So the frame skirt, was 176 days listed, so that's just under 6 months. This Rebecca Taylor, it's a brand new with tags, but it's a size 0. And I knew it was going to take the right buyer. This actually came in a ThredUp rescue box, and I think I did a haul on that, and I was like, this is the best ThredUp rescue box ever, because this is a $250 top, and it's brand new with tags. I've had it with the stock photo. This was listed in July of 2019, so just over the 6-month mark at 181 days listed. And it is what it is. I think I had it up for $99 for quite some time, and then I think I sent out either this girl sent me an offer, I sent her an offer, I can't remember, of $50. And so I would have loved to have gotten more, but $50 is $50. And with the ThredUp boxes, the cost usually was about $2 and change on items. And, it sat and sat, but now it's sold. And the girl wrote a nice love note, and she said it was beautiful. So I'm happy that it's with her. I'm happy I got some money. It took 6 months to get that money, and that's what I don't like, but I still got an amazing profit margin on it. This one is the winner of it all. So this is a Robert Rodriguez shift dress, and the picture doesn't look that great because of the print. It's really hard to see the fit, and for a while I was like, oh, maybe I should take new pictures, and I never did. And I thought, just at some point, if it doesn't sell, I'll take it out of inventory. The reason I know it's so old is because it has my old inventory system number on it, and you can see here this was listed since March of 2019. And honestly, that might have even been a relist, perhaps. But anyway, it was on the books for 281 days. So almost a year, just a couple months shy of a year. And I don't even think that this is anything that special. I've passed on Robert Rodriguez several times now at this point. I've sold a few other pieces from Robert Rodriguez, but this one has just sold for so long, and the offer came for $30. I think I had it for like 36 or 34 or something like that, and I had it higher in the past. And it's like, some items I just don't want to drop, and I'll just wait and see what happens. And I don't know why I have so many items that sometimes it gets lost in the shuffle. But this took the right buyer. She's excited for it. She sent a nice love note as well. She paid $30. And do I want to wait almost a year to turn my average cost is like about $2 and something. Do I want to wait almost an entire year to turn $2 into $30? Not really. So this is one of those items where it should have been more of a fast flip, whether that meant price dropping or doing something else to get it to go. And then obviously learning the lesson of not possibly picking that up in the future. This is one of those things. So I wanted to show, this came to me. It was a liquidation. I did not pick it. It came to me, but I knew it had value, and I knew it would be good for someone. And so the $35 came. This one, again, it came to me. I didn't pick it, but I made the most of it, and waited and got the right price. This was a pick. But I think waiting too long to get $30 is silly. So just a learning lesson, something to bring up, something to discuss. If you have items that have been sitting in your closet for a long time because you're waiting to get that top dollar, really do a hard look and think, am I really going to get top dollar? Is there a flaw? Are the pictures right? What can you do to get it to sell faster and maybe for a little less money to get your turn? So let's go over the general numbers and then I'll go over the $30 sales or more. Oh, why is this taking so long? Hello. Sorry. All right, we'll give that a second to come through. And we'll go over the $30 sales or more. So this is a new with tags Nike Tankini swimsuit. This was also a liquidation purchase of swimsuits that I purchased a while back. It's $108 retail value, and I sold it on an offer for $30. This has been around for a while because it was just in time for summer last year, so this has been since May. So it took a while to sell, but for over, for $30 or more. This is the Robert Rodriguez, so we already discussed this, so this was a $30 sale. This is a new with tags. I'm not even going to try to say what that is. Jean jacket, totally destroyed. Like, the back is barely non-existent. Like, it's cold shoulder. There's rips everywhere. That's the style, I guess, for someone. And it sold for $35. Yeah, $35 on Poshmark. This is the frame suede skirt, and that sold on eBay for $35. And then this is the Rebecca Taylor that sold for $50 on Poshmark. So those are the over $30 sales. Okay, here we go. So I added something here to go over the general numbers. So on my main Poshmark, which is the account that you guys know, Mom or a Boutique, I sold 34 items for a total of $625. So the number of items is down. The sales are down, but it's a good average, so I'm okay with that. What I've decided for this point going forward, if you've watched my last couple of What Sold videos, you'll know that I had like some secret sales and sales that came from some other way that I didn't want to necessarily share yet, and I still am not ready to share it. I don't want to ruin it, but I'm also not 100% committed that I'm going to do it for forever. So this may be a short-term thing. If it comes to an end, I will definitely share all the information. As I learn more about what I'm doing, I would like to share that information with you because I do think it would be valuable, but it's just not in a place where I feel comfortable for the success of it and for the knowledge that I would give to you that it's ready to be shared. So just for all intensive purposes, because I do want to be honest with why I'm okay with less sales on my Mom or a Boutique account, because some of the things that I'm sourcing are not necessarily going there. They're going to this other thing. It is a second Poshmark closet. It is legit with Poshmark. They know about it. And I sold 18 items there, and that was also for a total of $624. So basically a split off of $1, off by $1 between both closets. So I'm really happy with that because it's brand new. The account was older, but I've only been working on it really just around the holidays, so less than a month. And I've made, a decent amount of money, and I've gotten a decent amount of traction. So what I'm doing there is working, and I don't want to mess it up. So again, I do hope to share that in the future. But for right now, I will continue to share that information so that you know the dollar value, you kind of know what's going on with my business in general. But the particulars will stay quiet for just a little while longer. Then on eBay, which again, I have not actively listed on there, I've done a couple store refreshes, but that's about it. I really haven't done too much with it. I do plan to get in there and kind of mess around with stuff, but I just haven't had the time. So on eBay, I had 4 sales for a total of $95, so that's not too bad. And then on Mercari, I don't know what is going on with Mercari. I've only had one sale for $19, and I will tell you, I've had my virtual assistant relist Mercari items, not even relist on Poshmark, because people say it works. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I just don't want to focus on that there. But there's other tools available to me on Poshmark that I'd rather spend my time than relisting. But on Mercari, really, I've only ever found success with relisting. And so she's been relisting 10 items every day from the bottom. So refreshing 10 listings every day. And I really thought that that would get some activity going. I'm getting a lot of likes on things, but I'm not really getting offers. And I've only had the one sale. So hopefully with the end of January or into February, I can really say, okay, like I'm gonna live in Mercari for a while. I've been living on Poshmark, I've been working on this other thing, and that's taken a lot of my like mental strategy. But I do think that Mercari is going to need my attention because otherwise I'm not going to bother with it. I was having pretty consistent sales, about 1 or 2 a day sometimes, and now it's been pathetic. So we shall see. So the totals are 57 items sold, over $1,300 in sales, gross ASP of $23, which is great, great, great. I would really like to see myself hitting some awesome numbers this year. As far as weekly sales, I don't know that I've ever done $2,000 a week in sales. It would be really cool to hit some milestone exciting numbers, so hopefully we'll get to have that opportunity at some point. But 1,300 is great. So the one item sold in less than 2 weeks, another item sold in less than 1 month, 7 items sold in less than 2 months, 14 items sold in the 2 to 6 month range, which is totally fine. And then you have the ones that sold 6 months or more. So I mean, really, as I've said before, I would love to see all of my numbers in the 6 months or less range, with the bulk of them being in the 2 months or less range. But because I list all year long out of season items, I know that I'm always going to have those stragglers where it's going to be items that have been over 6 months. But nothing over a year because I'm taking those out. Those are going away. And then 5 items over $30, which we went over, which I usually do later, but we already did it. So that's everything I have for you. I would love to hear what you think about everything I talked about today, as far as items that take a long time to sell, items that you pay up for and sit on, or items that you fast flip but pay less for, and just any other comments you have. We are getting a little bit of a reseller mom community here, and I would love to see more activity in the comments with people not only asking questions, which I do read and answer every day, but you offering your tips so that others can benefit from them too. I would really like to see more engagement and activity in the comments, and I will be engaging with them as they come up. So don't be shy, don't be afraid to leave a comment. Like this video on the way out. Definitely want to have more of that going forward in 2020 so that YouTube knows that I put out valuable content. And if you don't think so, then give me a thumbs down. That's fine too, because it lets me know that my content isn't valuable. But right now I feel like I'm giving everything I've got. I'm sharing as much as I can, and I hope that is helpful to you. And if you think so, also go ahead and subscribe to this channel because I've got lots more to come. Thanks so much and have a great day.